You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Larry here for Drakewing Gaming. As some of you know me on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Far Beyond the World. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. We approach the bar and I look around. It's a cramped establishment and quite worn down, but the customers don't seem to mind. There's a group of lions and leopards playing dice at the central table to the utter amusement of the gathered, while on the sides I can spot odd pairs of various canines, cats, and even a boar. Utterly bizarre. So, what can I do for it? What can I do you for? Meal, beer, and room. Aye, full service. The barkeep rubs his paws excitedly. We are quite full, you know. Might be hard to squeeze you in. Ranok pulls out a silver coin from his pouch and plops it on the counter. Well, there's also two of you. Had it been just one, with an exasperated sigh, the wolf adds yet another. I suppose you'd also want a bath with this mud and... Ranok slams upon the counter, drawing the attention of a few nearby customers, only to reveal a third coin. Take it, or we leave. You know what? I'm sure something can be arranged. Sylph! He snaps his fingers at one of the bunny waitresses. Oh, she's cute, damn. Yeah, boss? Could you help those two to one of our premium bedrooms? Sure thing, boss. The girl rushes to our side and extends her paw towards me. Let me help you with that, sugar. Oh, sure. I take off the backpack and pass it to her, drawing a loud groan from the bunny. Oh boy, did you stuff a whole pig in there? Jeez. You need help with that. Barkeep points towards the chest on Ranok's shoulders, to which the wolf shifts away. No, me good. Very well. The tiger raises his paws in defeat. Off you go. Sylph will take good care of you. And Sylph! Yeah, boss? Prepare a bath for our guests while we get their refreshments ready. Sure thing, boss. The bunny rushes off, grabbing one of the several candle holders on a shelf next to the hallway, and we follow. After scaling a rickety flight of stairs, we end up in a dilapidated and dark corridor stretching the entire length of the building. There's only one small window at the very far end overlooking a narrow space between the end of the next building, giving an effect as much light as a door gap would. It's awfully dark. Don't worry, I know my way around. The girl responds cheerily and continues on while I struggle to find my footing, especially in my dirty makeshift shoes. Every now and then a bout of cheer and laughs echoes from beneath the wooden panels and rushes up the stairs behind us. Eventually we come to a stop in front of the second to the last doorway, and the female bunny begins to rummage around her waist. An iron ring of keys jiggles merrily as she shuffles through them. No, not that one. Not that one either. Oh, here we are. She shoves the key into the door, and the lock opens with a satisfying click. Once the doors are thrown ajar, she leads us in and drops the backpack to the ground. The room is spacious enough, but old with evident wear and tear, and very little care is given to its maintenance. And of course, there's only one double bed. The girl begins to light up the candles in the room, using hers as a source of fire, bringing some life into this otherwise unwelcoming place. When she's done, she leaves the candle holder on a cupboard and disappears, only to return momentarily with a shovel filled with burning coals. She deposits them into two braziers standing on each side of the room. They immediately begin to radiate warmth. I place myself next to one of them to dry off and soak some of that heat when the girl nods towards a large wooden bath next to the window. I'll get the water ready. Shouldn't be too long. Would you like me to brew you some tisane while you wait? Tisane? We have chamomile, nettle, and hyacinth or lavender. Oh, you mean herbal tea? No such luck, I'm afraid. We're not fine enough an establishment to carry tea, but the tisane should help you warm up just the same. Sure. What would you suggest? I see you're pretty cold. Nettle and hyacinth should put life into your step. It also stimulates appetite, while the other two would put you right to bed. Nettle and hyacinth it is, then. I'll get that right up. She wastes no time and closes the door behind her while I give Ranok a rather uncomfortable look. What? This place is, interesting. It's fine by me. It's a shack, and I'm saying that after staying in a forest cabin. Is it not rising to my lord's expectations? A muffled groan escapes my lips, but before I can quit back, my attention is taken elsewhere. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's so perfect. Where do you find sounds like this? Oh my god. I look towards the left wall as I can hear the squeaking of a nearby bed and unapologetic moaning of a couple in quite the spirited throes of passion, judging by the occasional lustful growls issued by the male. The rhythmic thumping doesn't leave much to the imagination. He's banging the female like one would be hammering a stubborn nail that refuses to give in. To my surprise, I'm much less fazed by this than Ranok is. The wolf is visibly getting uncomfortable and flushed, deciding to distract himself by needlessly rummaging through our luggage. At least one couple here is having fun. I decided to comment at a rather comical high-pitched squeal from the skewered lady. "Stop it," he demands, thumping his tail anxiously against the floor. "I'm just saying, doesn't seem like they're having a bad time." It comes with the territory. Inns like this inevitably invite a more rowdy clientele. There is a loud tumble coming from the next room, suggesting a rather rough change of position, followed by an increasing pounding of flesh against the wooden floor. Even the planks in our room begin to dance to the rhythm. Good God. Good God. They're rowdy, alright. I mumble awkwardly, unable to resist my straying thoughts from conjuring an image of Ranok and me engaging in an equally lustful union. I can only assume he's doing the same, as the wolf just squats there looking at the backpack with his back turned towards me. He doesn't bother to pretend to be even looking for something anymore. I think he's simply hiding a throbbing erection, which is exactly what I decided to do by sitting on the opposite side of the bed with my legs tightly crossed. I stay like this, frozen in time for what feels like an eternity of sexual torture, listening to the crescendo of moans and huffs, until inevitably, with the ever-increasing tempo, the couple next door arrives at the glorious conclusion. The female issues a moan of satisfaction, drowned out only by a throaty roar from what I assume to be a large feline counterpart. After that, dead silence, only disturbed by their strained gasp for air and occasional cheer echoing from the hall beneath. We dare not to move, nor to look at each other. We just sit and stare blankly into the distance while the couple next door tidies up and eventually leaves the room to join the revelry downstairs. Finally, our door cracks open, and the bunny enters with a folded linen cloth in one paw and a copper pot in the other. She places the pot onto a brazier, allowing it to retain its heat while she starts to unfurl the cloth over the bath. She's lining it diligently, but eventually stops and looks at us, two frozen statues giving either a confused gaze. "Something the matter, my sweets?" "Oh, Ranok clears his throat, and I blink back to life. "No, all good. Thoughts far away. Or in this case, a room away." "Right, me and the girls will bring up the water. Do you like your bath hot or tepid?" Ranok looks back at me, and I shrug. "Hot would be nice. Not too hot, though." "As he say." Wolf nods, and the female rushes towards the door, stopping briefly. "Do you want the oils or petals? We have dried spring flowers, and I think there should be a vial of rose essence somewhere." "We know girls." Ranok's tone takes on a scornful note, but a sight of the little indulgence wouldn't hurt. "I might be a girl, then, because to me that sounds lovely." The bunny gives Ranok another look, seeking affirmation as he's the paying customer after all, and the wolf concedes with a reluctant nod. Once she leaves and the doors close, he gives me a taunting stink eye. "First scented soap, now this?" We've been 4 days on the road, most of the day wading through mud. I'd like to rest up." I mutter defensively, drawing a sigh of frustration from the wolf. "Fine. What does it matter when you're clearly going to the biggest flowers in that bath?" "Going to be the biggest flower in that bath." The serving girls, 6 in total, enter the room in a long continuous chain, each carrying a steaming bucket and carefully emptying it into the bath, after which, one after another, they rush downstairs to start the process anew. We observe in silence, slightly inconvenienced by this constant stream of strangers entering and exiting, but after 3 rounds, the bath is ready. Sylph is peppering the water's surface with dried florets, and with a gentle dab, adding a dash of the fragrant oil here and there. The room gets quite pleasantly steamy, with a hint of rose in the air, and once all is prepped and ready, the bunny gestures towards the bath. "Thank you. I've left warm towels next to the brazier. They should hold for a while, but I wouldn't tarry." "Of course." I nod, and with that, she bops her head merrily and leaves the room. We stand there, both cross-armed and darting our gazes between each other in the steaming bath. "So, how should we do this?" "As before, you need to go first. I leave plenty of fur behind." "Won't they change the water?" "That would be pretty extravagant." "But it will get dirty." Not if you scrub excess dirt before you enter. The wolf scoffs at this obvious tone of his, and I shake my head in mild amusement. I begin to undress nonchalantly, despite the awkwardness of our still ongoing disagreement. Ranok, aware of how inappropriate the situation is, decides to avert his gaze, but his ears and tail remain perked up and alert, almost as if he was stalking prey. I decide to indulge my ego a bit and slow down the pace, almost trying to be seductive yet remaining within proper boundaries. He can't help himself, and I notice less than discreet glances directed at me whenever a piece of garment flops to the floor. Finally, I allow the loincloth to unmake itself and fall freely as I take careful steps towards the bath. I check the water with my hand, and it's wonderful. Hot enough to sting at first, but not enough to burn. The howling of the wind outside, aided by the whistling of our windows, serve as enough of an invitation to hop in. I climb over the side, first dipping my toes to adjust to the new temperature. Knowing there is no easier way to do this, I simply step in, standing in hot water up to my knees. Fuck, it's hot! I yelp, jumping from one foot to another and drawing Ranok's attention, who now completely embarrassed is looking directly at my dangling family jewels. He leaps back, almost as if it was him dunked into this boiling vat, stumbling to the floor and frantically shielding his gaze, while I, the idiot that I am, decide to dive down to cover myself. Boiled eggs and stewed ham. That's how I can describe the first few seconds of that experience. Thankfully, to distract me from the burning sting, I have a front view of shamed Ranok scrambling back to his feet and sitting on the bed, with his tail tucked repentantly. It's more than hilarious, and I forget about my initial discomfort. Then, it's just pure bliss. My body eases into the new surroundings, allowing me to relax, and it's as if all my aching muscles released a collective sigh of relief. This is wonderful, I groan, taking in the warmth of the floral aroma permeating the air. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself, Wolf responds awkwardly, still very much diverting his gaze. Despite it being at odds, I decide to tease him to ease his stress. And I'm actually gonna pause it right there, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. It is late, and I'm gonna be settling in for the night. I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!